Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tangled Time Arts. My name is Nana Heron, and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at something a little bit different. I don't do these too often, but I thought we'd do an unboxing. I was lucky enough to be gifted with these Crayola Swirl Colored Pencils. The topic of these swirl or sometimes they're like a tricolor pencil where you've got three or four colors in one pencil. This came up a couple of times earlier in the year and at the end of last year. And there are different sets out there, but these Crayola ones are available at your local big box store, and you can pick them up. But like I said, I was lucky enough to be gifted with this set, and I thought it'd be perfect for an unboxing. So a special shout out to Kathy S., who comes to my in-person programs, and I also consider her a good friend. All right, thank you, Kathy. Let's get started. I have not opened these, but they do say they are pre-sharpened and there are 12 of them. And you can already see like the the pencil has the colors kind of right there for you to see to make it easier to choose them. So I'm going to open this up and you can just see what comes out first. They are, if we flip this over on the back, you can see also the different colors and their combinations and their names. So let's see what we have. And I'm just gonna start, I think, from left to right. I don't know what order they're in, but I'm gonna pull one out. And let's see. This one, let's put this to the side. And this one's called Meteor Shower. And I am going to put the name right here. I have a color swatch sheet that I made, and this one's called, let's see, yeah, Meteor Shower. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So we've got, kind of reminds me of cotton candy actually, but let's just start coloring it in and seeing what we get as far as what it looks like. I'm going to rotate it a little bit to see if we get any other shades in there. So we've got different pinks and maybe like yellow. I don't see too much of an orange, but I think it's in there. So also what I'd like to do is fill it in. So I've got my swatch sheet, but I also have a tile that I pre-filled in with uh, Enzeppel, kind of crazy Enzeppel here, but Enzeppel. That's one of the tangles that we use in Zentangle. And so I thought I'd also fill in this with color. I have 12 spots. So let's start at our kind of number. Um, if this were a clock, this would be like 12 to 1 there. So I'm going to color that in and just see how it looks on a tile. So I'm kind of interested in how I would use these in the future. So on the tile, it has a really nice, goes on really nicely. I'm getting a nice blend of the pinks and kind of the almost like a cream color and a little bit of the kind of like a peach in there. All right, so that looks really nice. And I'm going to set that pencil to the side and bring my swatch sheet back. And let's go to the next one in the box. And that is Sunset Luau. Sunset Luau. Okay. Looks like we've got a green and maybe like a purple and an orange and a yellow type of combination. And if you're interested in what it looks like, I'll rotate the pencil around. Let's zoom in on that. So you can see as I rotate the pencil that there's the purplish color and the yellow and the green, and a bit of orange there. So we might not get a lot in the beginning because it looks like there's going to be more as we go down, but not too much at the tip here. So let's try Sunset Luau. And I'm just going to leave it on that setting and we'll see. So we've got the purple and I can see some yellow and orange in there. I'm not seeing a lot of the green, so I'm going to rotate a little bit around to see if we can bring that out. And it's just going to really depend on, there it comes out. Yes, we've got all those colors coming out there. And now I'm going to put it on my tile. So we're going to move now, just like we would on a clock, to the next one. So I'm working between like 1 and 2, think of it that way. And I'm going to start filling this in. Some of the purple coming out. And rotate a little bit around to see if we can get some of the other colors. And that's the thing with these swirl ones is that you can rotate them around and get a little bit more of the other colors to come out. But the trick is probably not to rotate too much because it can start to get a little bit muddy. Okay. So this one has more of the purple. For me, definitely wants to come forward, even though it's a combination, the purple and the yellow. So those are the two. Right now, they're kind of dominant colors. But like I said, as you sharpen down, you're going to see maybe some of the other colors come out a little more. All right, let's switch back to our swatch sheet and see what our third one is. So we have Campfire Jamboree. Campfire Jamboree. Looks like a lot of red and orange and yellow shades in there. All right. Let's see what we get. Start coloring this in. Definitely a lot of the like reddish orange in there, rotating a little bit here. We got more of the yellow, a little bit more of the rotation brings us the yellow, and then rotate some more. So yeah, we've got like a red into a reddish orange, orange, and a yellow. So I can see why they named that one Campfire Jamboree. Let's put it on our tile and see what comes out there. All right, I think these colors blend really nicely together. So far my favorite is the first one. But we'll see what happens. All right, switching back to the swatch, the color swatch sheet, and going with the next one that comes out. We've got lots of greens in this one. Limapalooza, Limapalooza. Okay, let's see. My pen, Limapalooza, Limapalooza. Okay, interesting. See what we get. So we've got, yeah, orange, green, like a darker green, a yellow, and a lighter green. So that should be interesting. Start with the yellow. Trying to rotate it around for you to the orange, and then rotating brings us a little bit of the darker green. So that's kind of a nice combination there. We'll put that on our tile. Somehow this little area ended up larger than some of the others. That's okay. I'm gonna rotate a little to get the other colors to come out. Um, Orange is being a little fussy there, but that's okay. I'm gonna rotate back over to the darker green and the yellow. So yeah, nice. So you can see the colors come out um, gradually. And what's interesting about this is you kind of have to just go with the flow with it because control over it is very limited. It just depends on how you're holding the pencil and how you rotate it and what you're coloring and if you're going back and forth or in little circles. That's going to be a little different. What I don't want to do is keep going back over it because that's when you get the muddy colors and it can be a little too much because you've already got three or four colors depending on the brand you're using. You've got three or four colors in one pencil, so that's already a lot. So yeah, we've already got four colors on there. It's very interesting. All right, let's go to number 5. And what do we have? Okay, so we've got pink, purples, maybe kind of a magenta color and blue. And it's called New Year's Eve. Okay. New Year's Eve. Let's do this. New Year's Eve. Hmm. Okay. Let's give it a try. So we've got, yeah, it's an interesting combination. Let's see what we got. Like a purple into blue. Oh, it's a nice kind of aqua blue. And then a darker purple. And then we have kind of a pinkish color. So this was a really nice combination. Oops, hold on just 1 second. Okay, sorry about the interruption. I'm back. Um, This kind of reminds me of the 90s with the aqua and the reddish purple. So I really like that. I am going to put it on my tile. Go to our next slot here. And let's see. Gonna rotate over. And then trying to find the blues to show that for you. There. Our blue is being a little bit shy. But that's okay. It's just might come out a little bit more later. But like I said, I don't want to overwork it. So let's see if I can find that. Nope, I'm not going to be able to add more blue to this, but that's okay. It's always a surprise working with these swirl type of pencils. It's pretty though. It's pretty. All right, so number 6. What do we have? Okay, this one's called Winter Gala or Gala, depending on how you pronounce it. We've got like a maybe like a burgundy and a pink and some blues. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, give this a try. Okay, that pink is a little bit, it feels like that color's a little harder. We've got the blue and like a burgundy coming out. Right, that's interesting. Cool. So let's put Winter Gala on our tile and see what we come up with. So for most of these, I'm starting in the kind of like the upper left of each of the little, it's almost like a flower, like petals. Um, and as I'm doing this, I'm kind of wondering what it would be like to burnish over it with like a white. And I didn't get much of the burgundy to come out, so just again depends on the rotation of the pencil. But that is kind of cool there. And I will have to experiment with like burnishing with a white over these to kind of blend them, smooth them out. It's kind of cool. All right, so we have looked at 6 pencils. Now we're going to move over to the other side here. I'm looking at our number 7. We have Flamingo Festival. Flamingo Festival. Um, yeah, Flamingo Festival. All right, this is an interesting combination. So I don't know if that's like a little bit of a brown in there. So I see like a pink. Yeah, it is like a little bit of a brown. Lots of brown actually. And there's the yellow coming out. All right, interesting. Let's put that on our tile and see how that looks. It's got a little bit of like orange in there, like a light orange. I'm gonna rotate a little bit, and a little bit of like a purple. And then there's the brown. So I'm not going to overwork that because it's already got brown and we don't want it to end up muddy. So, but we've got this nice swirl of colors going on there. Okay, so then, oop, I lost my L there. Next up, we have, here's raindrops. Okay, raindrops, yay, raindrops. Okay, let's see. So we've got purples and blues and kind of that raspberry color again. So I'm gonna rotate a little bit, kind of an aqua color in there. And then down to like a purple. So another almost like 90s themed pencil combination. Let's see how it looks on the tile. Let's try rotating it. Blue coming out nice. All right. So we only have 4 more to go. And what's up next? Fireworks. So it almost looks like this one has some black in it, so that'll be interesting. Let's see. All right, there's definitely, oh yeah, it's got like a black and a red. And I think the black kind of wants to take over a little bit, so I have to be careful with that pencil. Um, let's try to rotate it so I can start with the red a little bit, and then we'll go to the other colors. Yeah, it goes straight into the black. And then we've got the blue. So fireworks, so maybe the black represents the night. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. Definitely the black is the dominant color of this pencil. Fireworks. And then we have um garden soiree. Okay. So lots of greens, blues, a little bit of maybe a lavender in there. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of green yet, so blue here. And there's a darker color. There's a darker blue, yeah. Okay, I didn't find any of the lavender. Maybe it's not lavender. Maybe it's the blue. Let's say like I'm gonna take that off a little bit. Yeah, so it's mostly blues and greens there. Not really seeing any lavender like I thought on the pencil covering. And it could be my lighting as well here. I'm working in the evening, so I might just look a little different in sunlight. So that's another thing you need to consider as your lighting. And blue definitely wants to take over. So I'm seeing with these Crayola ones that there's definitely sometimes a dominant color, but this pencil kind of reminds me of the earth with the blue and the green combination. All right, just two more to go. And what do we have here? We have Choco Mint Candy. Choco Mint Candy. Choco Mint. So maybe like a mint green, brown, and a reddish color. We'll see. All right. Choco Mint Candy. I'm gonna turn maybe adjust the light a little bit. Yeah, it got really dark out, so mm, okay, so there's a green, there's a little bit of a red. It's kind of a reddish orange and rotating over. There's a little bit of the minty color. So that reddish color right now in the combination, I don't know if you can see the tip of it, but that reddish color is the dominant color right now. But as I sharpen down, another one of the colors might come forward in the combination. Um, and even as I color, you can see changes in what's dominant as you color along. So it's always interesting working with these types of pencils. Yeah, and it kind of already changed. So you see some of that minty color coming out in the green. Let's see if I can find the orange. The orange kind of disappeared on me. There it is. I'll just kind of leave it like that. I'm not sure where the minty color went. Maybe it's here. Add a little bit more of that. But I don't want to overwork too much. So, all right. And then that leaves one color left. And that is At the Circus. Kind of hard to see that one on there, but it's called At the Circus. So maybe more like hmm, maybe more like a tiger. The circus. All right. see what we get. Probably hear my dog barking. He's very concerned because it's a little bit stormy out. So this has some like almost black and darker browns and lighter browns in it. So let's fill that in on our tile. Let's see how that looks. I think there is a little bit of a lighter brown in there. So this one blends pretty completely. It's not as fragmented as some of the others. And let's see. Try to just that. Yeah. All right. So there we have all of our I think we started over here with the pinkish ones. Our just trying to I don't know, my camera's not agreeing with me right now. We have the different colors and take that out and try to focus on it. Different colors of the swirl pencils. They go on pretty smoothly, but they are Crayola, so they are you have to press a little harder with that. And there's the 12 colors, and I don't know, they're pretty reasonably priced, and you can play around with it. It's fun to try these with coloring as well. So I would encourage you to try some of those. And I'm not sure why it's just not focusing like I would like it to, but yeah, sometimes that happens, technology. So anyway, give these a try. Reasonably priced if you want to try something different with your coloring projects. And there's that sheet again. So 12 colors. If you like them, there are other brands that have many more colors in different combinations. And maybe sometime we'll take a look at those. And yeah, just have fun with it. All right, I'll be back with another weekly tangle soon. Um, and maybe we'll use swirls and maybe we won't, but yeah, I'd like to try to incorporate them somehow. So thank you again, Kathy, and take care, everyone. I love you guys. Bye.